Dumelang, hello, hi. Welcome to Qaqwa Radio podcast. And it is again a pleasure to be with you here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping that you will subscribe, comment, and like and share. My name is Maleshoane Lerata, and of course, I am your host. As you know, that I bring you, but beleng hore, batlo arolelana le rona ditaba tsa bona tse leng hore are inspiring and they will help somebody out there. So ensure that you watch throughout the entire podcast. Today, Renale Muetuarona ke Maleshoane Jeanette, and she's one of the young women who are doing very well for themselves. She has done a whole lot of things. Ke buile le yena earlier on, and you know, I couldn't keep up, but she's here. We're gonna be re tlo utlwa from the horse's mouth, right? Maleshoane, hi.
Re
Re teng hle. Ke leboha haholo ka nako ya hao. I know it was, but thank you so much for giving us your time and spending some time with us. Hore re tlo tseba haholwanyana ka wena, and also for you to enlighten kapa o kgothatse motho e mong who's watching right now. O ka bolella batho ba shebileng hore wena lebitso la hao o mang ka botlalo.
Okay. Before I proceed, may I please say thank you to the viewers for viewing the channel. And ke lebohele le sebaka le motsotso sa ba monana le ausi mamo ho tla bua le ena ka nna. Maleshoane ke a woman with a vision, actually.
Absolutely.
If I could put it like that.
Yeah.
Mostly I go by the motto of sin, heal, and prosper. Prosper. So Maleshoane o hlaetse motseng wa Phuta Ditjhaba hona Qwaqwa monana, and then aba movela to outer parts of schools mo e leng la lena the many knowledge e leng ke yone la mo etsa hore ka jeno ebe she's a visual artist, she's a musician, as well as a student of law. She studied auxiliary social work as well, and she's currently holding the title of Miss South Africa Disability Ambassador as well.
Ke tsholo hore there are just too many, I couldn't keep up. Now, when you walked in here, so I had to look at you like 3-4 times. Ke sa understand the handle. Is she a white person? Ke re mara lebitso le re Maleshoane. Even when we were talking, ona bua Sesotho, which is possible hore a white person a bue Sesotho. But in our conversation, I learned that you umoteleng hore o phela with albinism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maleshoane ke motho a phelang ka boqhwala ba bo albino, and then it's a condition whereby it's having lack of melanin on your skin, and then it affects most parts of your body, especially the skin, the hair, the eyes. And when I'm talking about the eyes, I'm talking about the eyesight. You get to be partially blind as a person living with disability, albinism. So that's why if you can check, like here in South Africa, awareness albinism during the months of September, and then globally we celebrate the 13th of June,
Which is on this week.
Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yes.
So you just mentioned something very interesting. How ore albinism ke boqhwala bo itseng ke mofuta o mong wa boqhwala. Now I'm posing this to you on a personal level. Okay. Do you think that's even fair, hore ho thwe o phela ka boqhwala, doing the things that you're doing?
Oh, yes. Actually, the barrier for me that went to be named an albino, and as well it's known in the society, it's my skin, having a skin that is so sensitive to the sun. I can't stand under the sun for more than an hour or so without protection of sunscreen. Yeah, that's what I can say. Or maybe some UV clothes protection. for having your skin protected. Yeah, ke yona ntho e nka e beya ka ntho. I think it's fair because I'm not like anybody else. I'm so white.
Yes, you're very white. That's why Nikki confused. "Eh, ke tlo bua Sekgowa." Awesome. Now, take us back to when growing up as a child. I can imagine how nale bo albino, you know, especially back in the days in a into e amohelehang ha bonolo. Ho na le a whole lot of stigmas, there are a whole lot of things tse buang ka batho be leng hore ba na le bo albino. So take us back to when you were a child growing up. How was it like for you?
You're asking a very good question. As I've mentioned now, like I'm very white. So you know what, growing up, seeing something different makes people to question and be curious about. I mean, like, even if kids, like when they are at the street, they will look at you like they're not used to the color. You get me? So growing up as a person, I personally have faced a lot of discrimination throughout neighborhood to school. Um, it was very difficult to say, but I would like to say having albinism is both advantageous, and then it's disadvantageous at the same time, because it goes for a person on how you see yourself. The moment you accept yourself, that's the moment you will break the barrier for people seeing you as some sort of an alien, should I put it like that? Yeah, that's where people will try to understand you and maybe try to come close to you and learn you, what kind of a person you are and everything. Because I can't say that I didn't have friends. Yes, I did have friends who were like so curious to know about me, and that made me feel like I'm welcomed growing up. So being at the disadvantaged side, I would say, you know what, some people, they don't even want to understand something they don't want to learn about. So you can't force a person not to, you can't force a person to understand what they don't want to learn about. So there were those people, even now, who still doesn't understand the word albino or care to maybe have knowledge. They just dislike it. So it's it's very hating sometimes. Yeah, yeah, it's hating.
Yeah, I can tell through your voice that really growing up, it wasn't as easy living with conditionable albinism. Um, um, you know, going to school being difficult and. But how was, ho no le jwang hae? Did you have both your parents ba zama ka tsela yohle to protect you from being discriminated out there? Did you have your siblings? Yeah, take us through your home growing up.
Oh, at home I have my older brother who also have albinism, but unfortunately he had to quit school because of the discrimination, because of pressure he was feeling. So as for me, but then they realized too late, they didn't know of the special schools, so his age was over for to get back to school. So as for me, I had my granny because my mom left us when I was 7 years old. That was the year of 2000. So my granny took part in playing motherhood to us. So she would, like, there was this soap that she used to use, the Gill soap. It was a gel soap, and she would smear us with some crease, like, to protect us from the sun. She had no knowledge of the sunscreen and all that stuff. So most of the time she would refrain us from playing on the outside, like, but then we would have events where we'll be playing with other kids and everything, but some parents will still go out and say, hey, do not play with that kid, do you want to bring a curse in my home?
No,
Something like that,
man.
you see. But then there, like I said, there are those people who understand albinism. There are those who, when they see you, oh man, you look like a doll. You know, they would love you and they would appreciate you. They'd
Yeah.
even come and tell you, come to my house and everything. They would give you some biscuit and everything. And I remember there was this other lady from the next door who would say, hey, Popinyana, tlokwana, tlokwana, tlokwana. You know.
Yeah.
But then, although they are happy and sad memories. To be honest. But then that's when my grandmother, after going to someone advised her that you should go to SASA. I had this kind of condition, it's a disability. You should go there about to seka di sunscreen. That's where my grandmother learned about honali pay for batho ba tshwana le rona ba khona go ithola a khona go rekela di sunscreen tse hlokahala. And then at the end of the day, because of Lena, hono se mnate sekolo se ne ke se kena, like a normal school, public school should I say, ke atla ntsankise special school mo ile ke la ka kopana le bongata ba batho ba tshwana lena, and then I felt it easy.
Wa feel at home. So as a child, did you understand how to ha ba tshwana o bapala letsatsing nako e telele dintho tse tshwanang tseo, because I can imagine hore hona le tse ding tsa dintho tse ileng hore you would do like any other child, and there were things that you were restricted from doing. Did you understand as ngwana with your brother?
No, totally not. But then re tla utlwa re kena ka tlung sekini se le bohloko. No, o tjho kre nna re re ska tsela ka ntle, because when you burn you get to be more reddish, ne? So it pains to the touch. Why one? So that's when we learn, and my grandma say, "Wa bona ha ya ka ntle." So stop going outside, and
so
we
how
learned
to
how that.
And then
Yes.
So you've just touched based on how it would make you feel if uno ubapala letsatsing. Can you elaborate more on that so that even the viewers, we all understand hore how ka ba letsatsing o sa apply a sunscreen, what happens to you, how do you feel?
Oh, like I said, it pains to the touch. Ne? The moment you go out from the blazing sun, just like I've mentioned earlier, a person living with albinism have lack of melanin on their skin. So havana color on their skin, they given skin color to be differentiated, like whites, Indians, and so and so. So Rona, because of we don't have color, that's why we seem to be white. So as soon as you go out in the sun, skin color skin is absorb but UV rays fast, so letsatsi le gonna penetrate very fast on your skin, and then watch within an hour you turn reddish, yeah? And then also later on high lower temperature change, the blisters, ne? You get to have the blisters, and then they get to turn into cancer if it's constantly. It doesn't mean how the blisters so cancer. No, if that's how you are living, you end up getting cancer because of skin cells you don't from the sun, from the sunburn. So I think la label as a disabled in terms of you can't stand and say maybe a Greek whereby you are always outside and everything. No, that's very I think that's very the point there label as disabled.
Yeah, people living with
yes.
What are some of the other things you are unable to do in comparison to motu analing
like I mentioned, albinism varies, ne?
Good point.
Yes, it varies. Honale banale too much melanin, whereby they are so dark. They are dark, like they are black, dark.
Can't albinism has so much light?
No, no.
Okay.
So, and then we have albinism, eloring, kiena you affecting the whole skin. Your hair is yellowish gold, and your eyes, pigment of your eyes is light as well. So obanale this it's a nystagmus na mahlo a hao a baleya so, and then you ba le short vision o shebela haufinyana. So nna ke fortunate hore ha yang affecta mahlong haholo. So but then most of the parts are affected. As you can see, the skin, even my hair is golden, ne, is golden. So hona le albino e lore gona ha re le stoutu ra bitsa the amper buses. They are beige, like their hair is brown. It's brown like some. I don't know if you used to watch wrestling back then. There's this guy we call the Nebambisa Sheamus. Is part of an abandoned reddish, and then also bonaka di white telezona as well. And Hans gain a knowledge more is when that I discovered each and every race has albinism. No matter Indian whites and Chinese, you name them, Asians, even plants, animals, they do have albinos as well.
Very interesting. Ha ntse o hola o kopana le ntho tse ntse o kopana le tsona, being discriminated, bana ba bang ba bolela hore ba se ke ba bapala le wena, you know, and re holela me leng hore hona le batho ba bang ba sa tsebeng some of the things as facts. Ke ntho tsa ntse hore ho thwe ho bapala le ngwana a na le albinism ho tla etsahalang, ho thwe. Do you think hore hona jwale ho fetoile in terms of the society understanding albinism in depth? I mean, calendaring this year 2026 we have the 13th of June an international albinism awareness day. The whole month of September as albinism awareness month. Onahana hore hona le batho ba santsane ba sa utlwisisi.
Wa tsa ke hoba fenkare mostly people be loreng ba marangrang on social media. I think they now have knowledge of a person living with disability, because we have many celebrities out there banal albinism, like Renalidi modelers albinism. Even on TikTok, the moment you type an albino person, you'll see many accounts of people living with disability albinism. So kinana ba sa tsebeng, maybe ki batho bana ba khale one thola ba khale be loreng they are not even interested on the phones and kinana it's habedi wa bona e habedi hona le ba tsebang hona le ba sa tsebeng, but mostly kinana batho se ba tseba because everyone is bad. Yes,
yeah,
it's not as bad as before, like to be honest. Yeah,
so tell us hore that it turns out fitileng ho tsona, but still you kept on going. You're studying law right now. You have done a whole lot of things. King ela susumeletsa, king ela etsa hore wena o nke qeto ya hore irrespective of whether I'm being classified as a person living with disability, I am going to push through. Ditoro tsa ka ke tlo di fihlela.
My brother is, because of ha gona ho fihla leveling so nna ke khonne, but I'm becoming letsola ha ile la right until ditlhoko tsa hae. I'm trying to meet him ditlhoko tsa hae tsa di hlokang, so le be loreng ke tswa le bona sekolone, that those be loreng ba lositse interest in being out there one tol hona le be loreng ha qeta sekolo, that's it, ke badile, but ha tswele pele. But le be loreng they don't know of hore motho a nang le albino a ka etsa these other things. So ke nkare ke leka ho sia a legacy le nna as well, ke bile motivated ka be loreng ha ba thabe skin sa bona ba se beya out there one tol. So ntwe ka e buang ke hore nnete gore ke nna fela hae a tswelletseng, But now I'm pushing my brother out there who has started a business. I didn't mention I'm also an entrepreneur as well. Kinali a fast food business, but it's not yet operating, it's just registered and everything. I love casino as well. So or the herbs too much. So I'm saying, why don't you do a herbal business? Or he's very good with his hands. Like it's a sculpture and everything. Why don't you do that? Because now I'm draw and I can sell my portraits. Why don't you do that? Uskana wa amohela fe. I remember when I was studying auxiliary social work, my facilitator once said, do not rely on one salary. Because having one salary, if iba siko, how will it again? You get to start from the scratch. So having to sell portraits, trying to put my music out there, trying to make my business operate. Already since I study law, because this one I didn't succeed. Yeah, social work, I didn't succeed. That's why I took part in entering the Miss South Africa Disability Ambassador. Or by the moment you are exposed out there, people are going to notice, they're going to come and say, oh, what can we help you with? Or you will be able to go to them and ask them because they've seen you somewhere. The platform on Zepahame.
Yeah.
Yes.
You almost made me cry. You are such a strong woman.
Thank you.
Now, okay. Your Palea Abutua, how Kiabana touches you, Kanete. Tell us a bit about him. Kidding, Zedin Zadipeto, Zoka Ratang Hore, Udibonebo Pelombai, and what are some of the things so Filang Hore had people done us right, Mona Abutuaka, could have turned out better?
Oh, I wouldn't blame anyone. I wouldn't say the society did this to my brother. Because no matter, as a person, no matter society, if you are strong, you get to pick up, ne? And then you move forward. But my brother is not that kind of a person. He's very sensitive. So what I can say, that's why I'm trying everywhere. Like, there's an event in Velcom, Albinism. I'll be taking him there to see other albinos as well who are pushing, who are there. Because example, do not put yourself down. It doesn't mean your disability define you.
Yes.
So you need to be out there. So my brother is very shy. To the point that sometimes but he's trying, to be honest, he's trying. He's out there. He was at the moment to be on a leadership and agric. But more human to Hobani, but 5 days a week, and then only a week in a month, and then Bahola Kahwait. So I'm exposed to the sun a lot because more banally. They are very equipped, and everything, but they have gloves, so he's well protected. Do not sunscreen one tall, and it's a learnership for people living with disability. They own about wheelchair and everything, but it's too more interesting to the point where I'm very sensitive, especially when you talk about disability, because not only looking at my brother, other people they have disability as well. But they feel like they are scratched out of the world.
True.
One time.
True.
We have, but by disability, they're not academically intelligent. They can't write, they can't. So those kind of people, it's rare to find the learnership assist. So that means if he as a that's it, it's forgotten. All the ones are paid. So my motive okay, if you say man so when it comes to visual as well. Because not yet leadership, although it's a disability, they need grades. How to bunyani it's grade 11 for you to enter. So imagine about
Does it touch you because you know how tough it is to have to push through.
Yes, yes.
Especially only a person living with disability.
Yes, simply putting myself in their shoes. Social work nthusitse ka ntho tse ngata, especially when it comes to psychology matters. So sitting down le bona re bua, like I could feel motho no give up it, because you feel like o dead although nsala alive. Usa wait, usa sele some sort of a waiting period, usa lo no waiting period. So like last time I still I still very much appreciate the group. It's a foundation ya Nature and Seed. Ila khona go kopanya matsogo go rekela one of our brothers ana le disability sa khona go tsamaya a wheelchair. Since the guy a qetela ho ba le wheelchair at the age of 4, and now he was 32 years old. Imagine using a wheelchair from that age as a khona to wheelchair. So but baba ba struggle ho misa mo tsantsa mo seteng ha one to like into John. So they did very hard work ya go ba kene ho donate for wheelchair. He was very happy. So not only am I feeling like that towards only people living with disability, out there that's why I was doing charity at first, going door to door. So I give up for my charity. It was Mamel. I went to Mamel. People living with disability because they get grant. Bale and a grant over 2,000. Bale ke grant 500 and any ifella dijo. How kono lo reka the essentials one tol.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hoyakawena, what is that one thing that if you got to make a wish, how bula matlo what is that one thing? Because I can see the issue ya bad to be not about pillar with disability touches you. So what is that one thing how to make a wish, how bula matlo okay?
For disability not to be there. Okay.
God, please hear us.
On a serious note, if I could make a really wish, everything, like, but instead of judging, because not forgetting disability also disabled, but you will tend to be disabled within a period of time. We might get a stroke, so sort your vessels. You might get an accident, you have to ampute your body parts. So people don't understand our disability. It can be there, although already since it exists. So I would wish for people to understand each other. That's my wish. Because the moment you understand someone, you will be able to be in their shoes.
Yeah.
Or this person is like this and that and that.
With the International Albinism Awareness Day coming on the 13th of this month, which will be on Saturday, how are you celebrating it, and how do you wish people should celebrate it?
It's a continuous day for still giving people knowledge about albinism, because when we celebrate, we don't say all albinos only. We invite all people to see for themselves. Especially, it's amazing when you go into the hall and then you find a group of people living with disability, rather than seeing them one by one throughout the town or the community. So some, they have kids with albinos, so they do come as well. And then the celebration is all about giving that knowledge and the education about what to use if you have a person with disability. They guide you on going to SASA. They guide you on kind of clothes you should put on your child if the child has an albino and everything, and types of skin products that you must use, and the importance of celebrating a day in terms of acknowledging a person with disability. Yes, it's mostly about that, and for us maybe to have more sponsorships. Like we have ASA, which is one of the associations tse kgolo tsa South Africa tsa albinism. And then now so locally social development departmental of education le yona e teng, is there of health is le teng wa bona ntse di bokellana hanyane to see where they can help in terms of helping people with albinism.
I'm hoping that, as she says, we will go out there, seek information, and familiarize ourselves with the condition of albinism instead of being judgmental and exist. Research. So you mentioned that when whatever the language and somewhere along the lines you were mentioning Chinese. How did that come about?
Oh,
the interest, where did it come from?
Okay. Firstly, special schools se multiracial. No, so many batho ba mmala. And then on social medias as well, because some people, they think I'm white, especially when I've titivated myself.
Girl!
Some other things that I'm Chinese because of my small eyes. So most Asian people, they think I'm one of them, because they do have one with this kind of noses as well. So they would come into my account and greet me, and then I would explain to them, I'm not Asian. They were like, no, you're lying and everything. And then it will go on like that up until I get to learn their language, because on my TikTok account I wrote, I'm adventurous and I like learning about other people's cultures and everything. And then we tend to learn different languages using this translation app as well, whereby I don't understand, and then I get to teach them English as well, and then I'll tell them, "Na my mother's tongue is Sesotho, ke bua Sesotho." Jale ha ke tsela pele ke mo hemo ke kgonne hore ke ithute dipuo tsena tsa bona, like how re hello in Chinese is ni hao, in Japanese
Ni hao.
yes
Ni hao.
ni hao, and then in Japanese is konnichiwa, and then in Korean is kazai kadaimasu, and then as well in Portuguese when you greet bonjour, and then mostly like the language tsa ka ntle ke tsona tse ke di tsebang. Only know the basics.
Nice.
And then when you come to South Africa, I'm ngiyakhuluma ndathetha, I can't proud no. I speak English, ke bua Sesotho, ke a bolela le Sepedi.
Oh, that's nice. And this I must give to you right now. You know, there's a saying, Ering, give people their flowers. Bantu banamona. I am touched by the fact, Yahore, you do not let what is meant to be a condition to you limit you from achieving dintho tse eleng hore o batla ho di fihlella in life, and big ups to that. I think it's only fair that le motho eleng hore is watching right now o hodisa ngwana a nang le disability kapo yena ka bo yena o na le some form of disability. How do you do it? Because hangata how kala ho mention wa lebitso disability ngwana re mo kwalla ka tlung motho o feel hore no, I'm not getting good enough. Hey, I can't even put on makeup. What's the point? Because I'm disabled. Please talk to them.
Charity begins at home. The moment you say to your child, do not remember, as a parent, what you are giving your child is a knowledge, and they are probably going to do it on the outside. So the moment you say, my child, that person is a person, no matter how different they look, you are not to judge.
Sure.
But if you are saying, my child, do not play with that person is a curse. Utloshwa.
Whoa,
The child is going to say that to their friends, and then it tlo tswalana jwalo ho fihlela. So ntho e ka e buang ke hore some people ba ba le ntho eno o thole hore ngwetsi e nyetswe the moment a bana le ngwana e le horeng o na le abnormality nyana disability nyana already tshwantse o tla dipotsa o tswala di hole o etsa one tall lien o ba ashamed of the child o monka le ena wa mobe some ki emotional abuse e batho ba itholang one tall but if motho a tseba hore no sena ke se fuwe ke modimo kapa I didn't choose o khona o mo isa ka ntle a lo kopa thuso ga ngwana le tjena ke tsa jwa like simply detecting a child a hlang ana le cerebral palsy it detectwa at a young age haholo so motho a sa tsebeng o tlo nahana gore maybe ngwana wa kula o tlo ba sharp as time not knowing if maybe a ka ya hospital there's a way maybe ho ka bana le cure ka speed kapo this one is a permanent one time so ntwe nka e buang gore each and everything ho tswela ka ntle mo e qala ka tlo.
Sure, you've said it mouthful. I'm not gonna say anything more. Ke leboha haholo ka nako ya hao. Thank you so much for honoring the invite. Thank you so much for sharing information away, settling it on and pouring out your heart. Ke leboha haholo.
Thank you very much. I forgot to mention or sign language I can communicate with my own hands as well. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm not that bad. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Please do continue to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From us, it's a goodbye. How do you say goodbye in sign language?
It's just like that.
It's the normal.
Just like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, South Africa.